good, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. This is Dalek 451, the new Dalek Emperor. How are you all doing out there tonight? And 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 with me at the very start, I already have my first guest for tonight's stream. My good friend Moises Mungia. Good, thank you for joining me,
Hello.
Moises.
Yeah, it's a pleasure.
So so yeah so I'm just gonna this so anyone who sees this stream probably won't go. Oh, that's a bad echo.
Oh, I. Oh, it won't be. Oh, it won't be live for long.
Yeah, I probably won't go very long with this stream. It's probably something like um probably probably go for like at least up to at least half an hour, maybe an hour, and then I'll see who turns up, see how things go, and then if not much happens by then, I'll probably call it quits then.
Yeah.
So anyway, Moises, you just before we went live, you were saying about Hitalia.
Well, yeah. Oh, yeah. It it's actually an anime I've come across a long time ago.
And it's definitely an anime I've heard of, but I don't know very much about.
Yeah, I never even heard about this anime until I've watched top 25 lost episode creepypasta lost episodes, and also Hitalia just came up.
Oh, really? That
Yeah,
that's how you found out about it?
yeah, yeah. I was actually interested. I got invested on creepypastas back in the day,
Yeah,
and I was
right.
actually I was confused when it says Axis Power Hitalia. I was confused, like what? And when I look up what it is, I actually found out.
Hey, look, we've already got some people showing up. We've got pop culture curator and the guest. Hello, pop culture curator. Good to see you. And we've got our second guest for tonight, son of a red shirt. Good to see you.
Hello.
How are you? How are you? How are you? Gentlemen, long time no see. How are you?
Yep.
Not. Well, this is a very pleasant surprise.
Well, thank you very much. Moises, good to see you. I was actually typing your names in the chat, and just a funny thing, I had walked into the room and I got your notice because I got the bell on. Ladies and gentlemen, don't forget to hit the bell. Hey, pop culture curator, there's always a pleasant surprise right there.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
And
Hitting the bell.
hit the bell because it reminds you. And it came on my phone as I walked into the room. And I like to watch on the tablet sometimes, but by the time the tablet and everything warmed up, I could hit StreamYards. And I thought, well, I feel up. I'll say hi if he wants me on. Great, not. But it took so long for the other one to load up that this is the very first time ever I actually was on somebody's channel without saying, hey, do you want me to come up? I was just typing your name, and then you said, hey, son of a Richards here. Oh, hello. So hooray for technology.
Right.
That's my long story of it. Yeah.
Because look, well, obviously I did see you were here the moment you came in. So,
well, I've never been in your shoes. I've never hosted a StreamYard. So, from your perspective on your laptop, presumably this is where you're hosting this from.
Yeah.
I have no idea what your interface is. Do you see my whole name? Because to me, it just it's on my phone. It just says "son of a R-E." I don't even get the full red shirt.
No, I can see your full name, son of a red shirt.
Right. So
son of a re.
Yeah, son of a re. Am I a white nipple? I just looking at the YouTube page on my tablet because it's a different representation. On the phone, it's StreamYard, so I'm seeing the StreamYard link from you, presumably.
In StreamYard, you're not. On YouTube, you are, unfortunately.
Right. And if I do edit audio avatar, it gives me like one choice to a white nipple. I deliberately take the white nipple, I turn off. Now I'm going back to my little man falling down the time hole. And anything? There's a bit of a lag between that and the thing. No, it's frustrating.
There is like I know there is a bit of a lag between StreamYard and YouTube. Yeah.
Yeah. It's not like I have the highest YouTube profile or anything, but it's annoying. I know from that perspective, when somebody comes on, you hear a guy talking. Who is this white nipple that doesn't have a name? It's just weirdness. But
well, if you want to, if you want to see our names, I just simply have to get rid of this, and there we go. Hey, there you are, son of a red shirt.
Okie dokie, I'll take your word for it.
Also, Dal, when I was on Derpy Boru and also checking all my messages, people are actually questioning why I actually have different profiles of me kissing other mares in each season. I did it.
Right.
Yeah, and
yeah, because you've got this one with Cadence, you've got one with Adagio. Who else have you got to have?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I actually did explain why that it was actually experimental for a season, but also people acknowledged that I was with Fleur.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they would because you are.
Yeah, and since I would declare me kissing other mares in each season as an experiment, I might as well return to Fleur when December arrives.
I think that's definitely a good idea. And speaking of mares, how's my little precious?
She's doing well.
Good. That's good.
An interesting tact in the conversation. I'm not overly familiar with the background or lore of, is this My Little Pony?
Yes.
It is.
Okay. Yes. So I'm aware of it, but not really. My finger's not quite on the pulse, shall we say. How's that? Oh, Potato Raven.
Hey, look.
Top of the morning to you, potato.
Yeah. Hello, Potato Raven. Hey guys, and whatever, Dalek. Is everyone good? Yeah, great. We're doing great. And also, we've got another guest popped in. Pop Culture Curator. How are you?
I am good. Hello, everybody.
Tops with Pops. I'm good, sir. How are you?
I'm doing good. Can you guys hear me okay?
We can hear you fine.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah.
Hear you.
Okay,
a little different than normal. Are you coming through under unusual circumstances there?
No, it's just that sometimes I seem to sound different to different people depending on the stream. So I want to make sure that you're not hearing background noise or that my level is okay.
Oh, Ruby. So far, so good.
All right, cool. Well, good to see you all.
Yeah, good.
Hello.
Great. Good to see you too.
Thank you, Dalek. And hello, Moises. I don't think I've been on the stream with you before, but I've seen you on here before, so it's nice to see you.
Yeah. Yeah, Moises doesn't pop up. I don't think he doesn't guest on any other channels. He only comes on mine.
Well, don't you feel special?
Yeah, I was going to say exclusivity.
Yeah, I suppose you could. Yeah, I suppose you could play it like that.
Oh, you should be honored. That sounds flattering.
He is. Moises was actually just, I was grilling him on, well, not grilling him. No, I was politely stating he and Dialect were having a very in-depth discussion on the background characters involved in the world of My Little Pony, something I'm aware of, but as a fan, I'm not overly familiar with, let's just say. I know it exists. I know it's a thing. I know people dig it. But the hierarchy, how it works, who's who, what's what, Dialect seems to understand a bit better than I. Are you familiar with this sort of thing?
I've heard of it. What you just described is that's about as much as I know about it as well. I thought it was mostly for little girls, but then I know there's a thing called bronies. There's even a documentary. So I guess the guys are into it too.
Oh yeah, I'm a brony, and so is Moises.
Okay. Now, what does that mean to you? Like, what is a brony? Does that mean like your fandom is based in the male aspect of this? You're one of the boys.
Maybe like bro or like brother.
Or wait, no, Moises, you don't consider yourself do you consider yourself a brony, Moises?
Well, I am. Although to put it this way, bronies are actually a fandom full of males and females that like My Little Pony. And also the female variant for bronies are called Pegasisters.
Yeah, that's right. And bronies.
I thought Pegasus by definition were winged horse.
They are, yes.
So this is ignorance. All bronies are Pegasus. So by a genetic default.
No. You're getting no. I think you misunderstood what he said. Pegasister is an older female MLP fan.
Older, like an old lady.
Oh,
yeah. No. Bronies I think basically bronies collectively bronies are older MLP fans. They're not just male fans.
What does MLP mean?
My Little Pony.
Okay. Duh.
MLP.
My Little Pony MLP.
Right.
Now, are you talking about just collecting the toys, or also watching the cartoons?
Well, watching the show.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty much doing everything.
I prefer to watch the show.
I mean, yeah, we do. If you watch the show, if you're a big fan of the show, if you maybe collect the merchandise, or if you like do stuff connected to the show. Which is like your own project or something like I do, like me and Moises do, like doing my fan fiction stories based on it. Then yeah, you're a brony.
Cool. Well, I'm aware of it, but I don't have much to bring to the discussion because I don't know enough. But that's cool.
And as for me, I'm actually not even a crazily obsessed brony. I'm actually a moderate brony.
I'd say that's an okay thing to be, Moises.
Well, considering I don't know anything, I guess I would be a phony brony. So yeah.
I've easily been a brony since 10 years now. God. I was a bit late getting into the show. I actually first discovered it and actually first watched it. I think it was actually like in 2012, like when it was like already been around for a couple of years, and it already aired like 2 seasons.
Oh, I thought it was older than that.
No, it is older than that. It started in 2010.
Oh no, I was thinking 80s or 90s, but no.
Well, okay, yeah. My Little Pony as a whole started in the 80s. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But bronies are mainly fans of what was deemed Generation 4 of My Little Pony.
Oh,
which that started in 2010.
Well, as for me, I've actually became a brony when I was at elementary school because a friend of mine did say that he is a brony. I was wondering what it is, and when I looked in MLP, I've actually became a brony at a young age.
Right, Moses, yeah.
So, Dalek, is this like late at night for you or early in the morning?
Well, yeah, it is early in the morning because it's quarter past 3 in the morning here
Wow.
where I am.
Okay. Well, I appreciate you stopping by my stream yesterday because I knew it was late for you. So I appreciate
seven.
that.
It's 7:15 here in the west coast of the U.S.
And looks
Oh,
like
so I'm in the West Coast as well.
and look and look who else is here. Hello, Captain Infinity.
Hello, I'm broadcasting live from Mars. I don't know what day it is.
Oh look! Oh look! It's Captain Spock.
We speak Morse code here. Hello, Potato Revan in the chat. I've stopped by a couple of your streams.
And
Hey, Potato Revan. Why don't you just
JPRV1,
join us in the
hello.
chat?
another thing. Hello to JPRH1.
Yeah.
Good to see you.
And hello, Captain.
Yeah, thank you
Hello,
for joining us.
my friend.
Hello,
Hello.
pop culture and friends.
Just called to let you know.
And also Dal.
Feel free to
and also Dal.
Feel free to ask any brony, or of course brony related questions you have burning inside of you right now now live with Moises Mangia.
Oh, noises with
He just said my
Moises.
last. Well, he just said my last name wrong.
How do you say it?
I got someone else in. Hello to Hakeem. Good evening, everyone. What is all this brown?
Hello,
Not brownie, brony.
Hello, King. Good to see you.
Yeah, that
I
happens
kind of
a
wish we were
lot.
talking brownies, but I do love a nice chocolate brownie.
I have a brownie.
Oh, the happy kind.
There's a brownie on my head. Oh wait.
I've never heard of a hash brownie.
Oh wait, there's a brownie on my nose.
There is.
Oh, this is getting very suggestive.
That's usually
Not really, but
For 2
metaphorically.
seconds, it moves south 6
Yeah,
inches.
The term's called a brown nose. It's not usually a good term.
A brownie on my nose.
That ain't chocolate.
No, it's not. That's what right.
Oh wow, we've got another guest. Hello, Stephen Ransom. Hello.
Now
Hello,
it's
Stephen
complete. No broadcast is complete with the ubiquitous Stephen Ransom.
Nice. Hello, chat. Hello, panel. Hello, Dalek. How are you all?
Yeah,
Wonderful, Stephen. How
Doing
are
great.
you?
Nice to see you, Stephen. I think it's the first time
What's-
I've been on
oh,
a panel with you.
Indeed.
Yeah,
Pop
Moises.
culture.
Oh, you
Good.
too. That's
And
a
by the way,
surprise.
Dal.
Everyone at once.
Yes,
And-
Moises.
And by the way, Dal. And when I actually learned about bronyism at a young age, I actually did not know the other side of what bronyism are.
The dark side.
There's a dark side.
Yeah, the brony fandom definitely has a less than favorable side, shall we say?
Yeah.
Evil bronies.
Yeah, and I actually, well, not really, and they're not even bronies that are Sith lords. It's actually
It's
just
not
the other side of
unicorn, is it?
Yeah, I'm trying to picture like little killer
something
My
like
Little
that.
Ponies.
And also, how I come to discover about it is actually how I accidentally saw a picture of Sunset Shimmer in the bikini.
well, if you don't forget, she actually. Was it her bikini from the show, or was it someone else? Was it a fan made one?
A fan made one.
Right. It was. So I'm guessing it was a pretty skimpy one, right?
I'm back.
My skimpy pony, my skimpy pony.
And yes, it is actually a fan made one.
And yeah, and did you have my question, Moises?
What? Question?
Yeah.
Yeah, what you asked? Did you what I said about what kind of bikini it was?
Well,
Is it a
it's
yellow
actually a
polka dot
red one.
bikini.
It's a red one.
Red.
Itsy bitsy teeny weeny.
That she wore for the first time today. Oh yeah.
Actually, the other reason why I kind of just love Sunset.
She
Right.
wore blue velvet.
Speaking of sunset, Moises, here she is now.
Oh, look, it's a sunset.
Yes, it's sunset.
Pet the sunset.
Yeah, pet the sunset.
So
Yeah,
this avatar you're putting up here, right?
Mhm.
Just to interject, is a male version of Brony. Before
What?
we jumped tracks. You said something about Bronies aren't necessarily male, which kind of threw me because I thought that was the whole bro in Brony.
Well,
That's what I
the
thought.
characters
So,
are the ponies and the fans are the bronies. And then there's
The-
6
the-
ponies.
Yeah, this
but I
happened
would
like
think them
2
a
minutes
pony.
before you showed up.
The
Spotney,
fans,
this revelation was dropped on me.
the fans of
Red shirt.
the term brony it doesn't just refer to male fans of the show. It refers to older fans of the show collectively, both male and female.
Oh, I thought the
Okay.
females were called honies.
No, well, honestly, like I was turned around on this, and this is kind of just when you showed up. So this was new. This is brand new information to me because I thought I had a lock on this. I thought I had an idea what a brony was. I thought you and Moises
Well,
were bronies,
We are
male fans of the
They
show.
are.
Well, we are male fans of the show.
No, you're absolutely right. But you're not named bronies because of that, according to your dictate there.
Welcome to Comedy of Errors. All I know is I don't know what's going on, and it's funny.
Indeed, Captain. Is this a Three's
Yeah.
Company
I mean,
episode?
there is. I mean, again,
I thought that's what she said. You were a brony. I mean, the ponies aren't even
Yeah,
ponies.
no, I'm
It should be
just feeling
called
kind
My
of turned
Little
around
Pony,
on
My
this. Don't
Little
get me wrong. And
Pegasus,
if I'm making you
My
feel
Little Unicorn.
self-conscious or something, I apologize. I just honestly was unaware. So this is new information to me. So
Okay.
Whole new world.
All right.
the
Yeah,
old
inside every
information to you,
Dalek.
but
So Dalek,
That's a
what's the
pony
name of
trying
your
to get out.
character that you're showing?
her name.
Sunset.
This little ball. Her name is Sunset Shimmer.
Sunset Shimmer. And Moises, what's yours called?
Well, mine says mine says that I'm kissing over there is Princess Cadence, but
So Sunset Shimmer and Princess Cadence. All right.
The pink,
but
yeah,
also
the pink
Cadence is a
po-
floozy. This is known.
but
the
also
pink
my
po-
current wife is Fleur de Lis, but however I actually have this picture stuck.
That sounds like a stripper's name.
and
It is.
I have another. I also have another. I also have a couple of. I have 2 other pony avatars I uploaded because they're my favorite ponies from the show. There's this one,
A Fluttershy.
Fluttershy. Yeah.
I went to pet the Fluttershy and also hug her.
She's my favorite pony from the whole show. I absolutely love Fluttershy.
Yeah, I have no affinity with Fluttershy until I just gave in. I mean, like,
And-
she's so adorable. How can you just resist her?
I know, right? She's too cute for words.
Well, because I'm still somewhat faithful to Champion the Wonder Horse and the famous Mr. Red, but call me old school.
And like I said, I also have one.
That was for you, Red Shirt.
I have,
You remember?
I have 3
Red
of
shirt,
these.
you
I
remember
have
Champion the
one.
Wonder
I have one more.
Champion the Wonder Horse.
And this.
Sounds familiar.
And there's Celestia.
Yep, Celestia.
Like an arrow flying from a bow. Champion the Wonder Horse.
Truth behind how my, although in my how my OC story goes, a lot of ponies have been have been over exaggerated and nervous on on what happens if they provoke the princess. But however, for Myosi, he doesn't care if Princess Celestia is the princess at all.
Don't provoke the princess.
You know,
I don't care.
Moises doesn't care if if Celestia's the princess or not.
Well, that's just typical of Moises' laissez-faire attitude to life, isn't it?
Although he has his reasons not to acknowledge Celestia as a princess, and that happens back in his childhood.
Right.
Mhm.
I mean. Now, let me just I need to clear something up. The pony he's talking about is his original character, Moises. He's not actually. That's not a character from the show. It's his own character.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
J-Pulse 1. If I can
Yeah,
shout out
Myosi has
J-Pulse
the
1.
same name as I do. Although my actual name, but also Myosi's name was named after my father. Well, my previous father.
Really?
What'd you do with the first one? Are you talking about a My Little Pony? Are we still talking about My Little Pony?
I don't know. It went
know
dark there.
anymore.
Something about fathers or.
I don't know.
J-Pulse 1 says, Captain Hale, do you ever know for sure what's going on? No. All I know is that I don't know. Lol, is there an unreliable narrator in My Little Pony? Is there? Are there any flashbacks, dream sequences? Do we ever get My Little Pony going into the Matrix? Total Sunset Recall? Anything like that?
If it's fan made,
Well, yeah.
But not in the official.
Yes, in the show there are flashbacks, and
Are they reliable narrations?
There are flashbacks and there are dream sequences. Yes.
Oh, it's getting all
And,
Tarantino. There should be a Tarantino directed episode of My Little Pony, don't you think?
In fact, there's some episodes of the show which are centered around dreams.
Yeah,
Oh, there you go. From the mind of Quentin Tarantino, My Little Motherfucking Pony.
If he did it, they'd all have to kill each other.
also Pet the Fluttershy.
Yes, Pet the Fluttershy.
Give me an example and pretend for a second that I've never seen 15 seconds of My Little Pony or My Little Brony or any kind of iteration.
Obviously,
What is the most? What if you could sum it up in a hit? What would be the most
what?
aggressive you've ever seen a My Little Pony episode?
The most aggressive. Wow.
Yes.
Or edgy.
By that I mean the
perhaps.
most violent, the most edgy, the most intense, whether psychological,
Tarantino-esque.
physiological. Has there ever been a fight?
Any eye gouging
Has
from
there
the
ever
unicorn,
been-
for example?
Yes, there have been. Yes, there have been fights in the show.
Mhm.
Yes, quite a few.
What?
of them.
Well, like physical fights, bloodletting fights. And I'm not being
I
sarcastic
wouldn't
here.
say.
I mean, like,
well,
I'm honest.
Well, you got to remember, this was a show for kids.
For little girls.
Aimed at, yes.
It was
Yeah,
aimed
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 at-
at kids. Yes, but so there was never any blood.
However, it was.
Okay, yeah.
However, it accidentally aimed at grown adults.
Yeah,
Well,
what part of it would you
well,
guys say?
Well, it got the attention of adults. Yes.
Right, if the show is made for little kids, what part of it do you think the adults identify with that makes them enjoy it?
Is it the violence?
Somebody driving?
Yeah.
Nope. Microwave, I think.
I thought there was a photocopier switching on.
Did you guys hear my question by chance?
Yes, but I think Dalek's
Not
ignoring it.
100%, to be honest.
No, my question was if My Little Pony is made for little kids or little girls, what do the men have to identify with it that makes them enjoy it? You know, what do the men see in it that they like? I guess is my question. If that makes any sense.
Right.
Probably lovable characters,
Yeah.
I guess.
Well,
Mhm.
because of yeah, because yeah, well, because the characters were well written and the episodes were well written, or at least most of them were.
They're fleshed out
Yeah.
three-dimensional characters, right?
Yeah, they were. Yeah, they weren't
Interesting.
just.
Well, there you go,
Definitely.
folks. You heard it here first. My Little Pony has got more professional characterization and writing than J.J.
Well,
Abrams
all-
or Star Trek.
Well, you gotta.
Welcome to Talking Over the Punchline with Moises.
Well, you gotta remember this show was started in 2010, so things were better back then.
Of course.
Of course,
It was a
everything was better
halcyon
then.
time.
So what
I'm
do you guys?
actually,
Yes.
I'm actually just taking a look because I remember when the toy collection first came out, and I'm just trying to get my head wrapped around how gigantic the pantheon of this show is, and
It's huge.
it's in the dozens of characters at this
Yeah,
point.
it's-
Oh yeah,
Been around a long time.
yeah. The show
Yeah.
the show ran for just over 9 years.
What's the toy
Yeah.
company that owns it?
Yeah.
Has-
Over years
Hasbro.
until we
Hasbro.
over 9 years until we got a predecessor to the show,
Yeah,
which also Dal doesn't like.
yeah. I really don't care for any of the new G5 stuff. No.
Yeah,
So-
but kind of did. Although both me and Dal have differences on G5 that Dal hates it and I liked it.
I mean, if you liked it, Moises, that's fine. I'm not gonna stop you from watching it. But I refute. I saw the clips and images for that first movie, and I was like, hell no, I'm not watching that. Those CG ponies look creepy as hell.
I just don't.
Moises,
I kinda like this.
move the ship out of the asteroid field so you can
I
send
kinda
a
like-
clearer transmission to the
Oh, yeah, you're
Dalek
breaking up.
Emperor.
You're
I
breaking
can't-
up.
I can't-
Moises.
Can you just let me finish?
Moises, I need you to get up on that 50.
Ways. But I did like this one character and she's quite adorable.
And which one was that?
Izzy Mo.
Was she the one who had the tennis ball on her horn?
Yeah, it's that, and it's kind of hilarious.
Why did she have a tennis ball on her horn?
To stop her
Well-
boring people, of course.
Well, not really. The explanation is that Pegasi knew that unicorns can't do magic if they have a tennis ball on her horn.
What?
Yeah, that's
That
it.
is-
Yeah, that's actually,
I'm sorry, but that is really stupid.
point, Sergeant. The three races don't know anything about each other. They just assume anything.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry, but that movie pretty much shits all over G4. I mean, it's
Again, that's the point.
what do you mean that's the point?
Well, because
Blasphemy is never to be taken lightly.
You'd think.
Smite
Well,
the heretics.
because after
Smite them
after-
twice.
Could you just let me finish?
Moises,
Well, you have been kind of hogging the conversation. Your microphone's not working. It's a little bit selfish, Dal. Come on.
Yeah.
Not you, Dal. Moises. I mean, you're hogging 80% of the chat and your microphone's not even working. Be a professional,
You just let me finish, all right?
But you're
Whoa,
I just said you're hogging the
Moises.
chat and your microphone's not working. Oh dear, I've done it again, haven't I? I've been too frank.
No,
That's it,
no,
I'm out.
Someone's got to
No,
tell
That's
you.
okay. That's
Moises,
okay.
no, don't go. Don't go.
no.
We love
Moises.
you. Just fix your mic. Be professional. Respect the host.
Yeah, don't
I was
take off.
trying to explain Dal about the concept of G5. You guys have been interrupting.
No, we're not trying to interrupt. We're just saying that your mic is cutting in and out. We don't understand what you're saying. Is all we're saying.
Yeah,
It's-
it is a
it's-
little frustrating, and you're going
that's
into
the
quite a
problem
bit
with
of
your
detail, and
mic,
we can't hear
Moises.
you.
We can't hear you. You're ignoring the problem.
So, if you were going to sum up, brother, because we do want to hear your answer, what would it be?
Just forget it.
I know you lost momentum. Don't feel bad. It was just bad timing. You didn't understand how badly the audio problem was, but it was very frustrating. And you obviously were going into very detail. You're speaking passionately about it, but we're all like, we're just waiting for your audio to come back in, and it's not. Dialect knows you so well. I think he was able to suss out really what you're talking about, but even he couldn't answer your question. So I am sorry about that. It wasn't deliberate.
I'll just speak to Dal after the stream.
Well, you two certainly have an inside language on this thing. You're far more knowledgeable than anybody else on this panel on this subject. Why don't we talk about a subject we all know about?
We don't mean any any offense, Moises.
It's look.
No,
look,
of course not.
No, of course not.
Yeah, we wanted to hear you.
Look, if you,
I wanted to hear what you had to say.
Moises, if you really want to, fine. We'll talk. You can tell me over Discord after the stream, okay?
Do. I just lost.
So,
I was going to explain to you about the plot of G5 and how thousands of years after G4, a lot of ponies lost because they've been separated for long.
yeah, I did that. I did kind of know that, like for some really stupid contrived reasons, all the three tribes were separated again. After which even at the beginning of G4, that was never the case.
However, there are some critical things that I must point out while watching the movie.
Well, Moises, I thought you were gonna keep it, not tell me until after the stream. I mean, do you want to try and tell me now, or do you want to tell me afterwards?
Should you be saying spoiler alert? Just in case? Who knows?
I just don't think. I just don't think Dal just cares for spoilers on that movie.
Not really, no. Honestly, I think I've seen and heard enough about it. But do you want to? Shall we change the subject? Do we move on to something else?
Yeah, of course. We should talk about it on Discord.
Yeah, you can tell me on Discord later, okay?
I know. But anyways, so what shall we talk about?
What about the trailer with Wolverine returning to Deadpool 3?
I just heard about that. Is that true?
Well,
I'm not.
What Wolverine?
But under Disney's umbrella?
Yeah, but is it Hugh Jackman?
Yes.
Well, sadly
Really?
for me, I wasn't on the X-Men series.
No.
I thought Jackman was done as Wolverine.
I know he said it like 3 or 4 times, but a bigger and bigger truck full of cash backed up in front of his front door.
Yeah.
So
And he couldn't get out.
they'll probably DH him.
Well, yes or
Unless-
no? I mean, whatever the
they
storyline,
probably
the
will.
Deadpool and Wolverine, they're technically immortal.
Oh, it doesn't matter.
Another line they could be.
Right, but it's
Yeah.
Disney. It's Disney. Just
Yeah, that's
tell
true.
yourself.
That is the thing with Wolverine. He doesn't age, or at
Not
least doesn't
supposed
age.
to, right?
He doesn't age fast at all.
Yeah.
He ages
And
very,
with
very
this-
slowly.
A whole
for me-
multiverse different storyline. You know, a couple of guys, who knows where they could set it.
Well, I never get tired of my OC.
Radiant,
Your
your whole,
OC?
Yeah, I never get tired of him ever.
what's that mean?
Mm-hmm.
Orange
You're-
County.
Orange County?
No, his
That
original
pop culture.
character.
Original
Although-
character. Oh,
Are you talking about Hugh Jackman?
Although if Tara Strong is done with Twilight, then I'm not done with my own character.
Original character. Is that some like
I
deep
think-
Buddhist shit? Like, what is your original face before
I
your
don't-
parents?
I think
were
I've
born? Are
lost-
they going into like Zen koans? Probably not.
I think I've lost a bit of faith in Tara Stronger because Moises, because I don't think she's not exactly now that she's done with MLP, she's not coming back.
Yeah.
is
I
Tara
actually
Strong a
heard-
voice actress?
Yes,
What are
she
we
is.
talking about?
The same girl that
I've
did. She's a very famous voice actress, is she not?
Yes,
Tara
yes,
Strong.
she-
She's done.
yes,
I'm
she
trying to remember
is.
the Fairly Odd Parents and 100 of superhero shows and stuff
She's
like that.
the-
Just in
she's-
case anybody wondering,
Oh, she's
like a
voice
real
act-
pro.
She's voice acting royalty, Tara Strong. She's been
Mhm.
in so many shows over the years. So
Yeah.
many.
Yeah.
From like
Until
X-Men to
until her voice acting royalty has been stripped away for what she said.
If she's got royalties, they can't take that away. That's a payment. For
Perhaps
something
Dow
she
could
earned.
actually explain why.
Actually,
Oh, sorry. Mute.
Actually-
You're-
My son's asking, what is it that she said? Now you got my son curious. He wants to know.
Mhm.
Right,
What-
son?
I don't really.
What did
I'm not too familiar with this. What did Tara say?
Oh, good grief.
Well, I thought you
Don't
knew
go
about
frustrate my
about
teenager.
it.
Steven, look it up.
They want extra food. man.
I was just looking up her filmography because I thought that we were talking about a working actress who's legendary. Who the fuck
Yeah.
cares what she said?
Well, my son does.
talking about damn context.
Yeah.
Do you hear that, son? Stephen Ransom says, "Who the fuck cares what you want to hear?"
I do.
Well, that's true too. But just a few notes is let's see, she did voice acting in Spirited Away, Batman: The Killing Joke, Danny
Uh-huh.
Phantom,
You're never going to find out what she
Boondocks,
said,
Rick
son.
and Morty, Powerpuff
Mhm.
Girls, Teen Titans.
Oh
I mean,
yeah.
Oh, you haven't
This
been
woman
spoken
is
to this
all over the
rudely
map.
since Black Philip Alvarez told
Right.
you to eat a
She
bag
was,
of chips
she was
yesterday.
my favorite
Yeah.
character. Yeah, she was my favorite character
Yeah, he's not in my good books.
in Teen Titans. She was Raven.
You're not going to hear what she
Oh.
said. You're going to hear everything except that.
Wait, Tara Strong. She's not doing Raven and Teen Titans Go though, is she?
Actually, she is.
Is she? I love Teen
Yeah,
Titans
yes.
Go.
Yeah.
Boys,
Yes,
oh,
she
you guys
was
have got to check out Teen Titans Go. The guys have been talking about these anime shows. Have you seen this thing?
You actually
It is
love
hilarious.
Teen Titans Go. Oh my god!
It is
Like
so
in
funny.
It's
It is
awful.
so
awful.
well written.
It's
Like in
it's-
Teen Titans
it's
Go with
absolutely
heresy.
terrible.
Liking Teen Titans Go with heresy.
Liking Teen Titans Go for a Teen Titans fan of a certain age can be a frustrating experience. I just want to acknowledge this first before I'm talking to the older guys on the panel here tonight. To you younger guys, I do understand your frustration. I'm not trying to gloss over it or make fun of it. Teen Titans, I read Teen Titans when Teen Titans first came out. Not really, truly. Like, I mean, I got the throwbacks in the 70s. I remember when Cyborg wasn't on the team yet, you know, like that old. So I do have some history
Before
with the
he
Teen Titans. I'm not trying to be disrespectful to the animated version, which I didn't watch a lot of, but I am aware and was very impressed by the quality, the stories, the characterizations, the whole ideology, everything. It wasn't true to the comics 100%. It was its own thing, but it was really cool.
The animated Teen Titans was fantastic. Teen Titans
Yeah,
Go.
no argument.
Is a fucking insult.
Now,
Whoa.
to someone of your age, quite frankly, and I'm not trying to talk down to you, they're not aiming it to you. They're aiming it to younger kids, but they're guising a lot of the jokes and stuff everybody else on the panel would get. Pop,
You're talking down
Sparky,
to-
Steven. the movie
Oh,
Jokes always
references.
fly over my head.
Oh,
I have no
you're
concept
talking
of
about
humor.
us? Gal,
I've been.
bring in the.
Who's talking?
Oh, thanks,
Moise-
son.
Oh, you're
I think it's
talking down to us?
Moises.
Gal, bring
He's
in the
not-
double soapboxes.
He's not talking down to us, Moises.
At
Yeah,
all.
and let me finish, to be fair, before you
Someone's a little
castigate me for
paranoid.
anything, I'd say. Because I do respect your guys' view on the Teen Titans and where you came into it. But I do also want to make you aware, Teen Titans is a rather old property. It started out in the mid-'60s as a comic book. A comic
Okay,
book I grew up
okay,
reading.
All right, fine. That's fine. I don't,
So the Teen Titans you got
Really
now
are
is a
quite the
completely
Renaissance there, wasn't
bastardized
it?
version of what it is. But it's high-speed, high-concept comedy revolving around a group of slacker
High
teens
octane.
that instead of these heroes that you remember as a kid,
Okay.
they're all kind of
okay.
idiot goofballs. And they get into
Okay,
these
that's
bizarre
enough.
adventures
Slacker tea.
based largely on pop culture that we all grew up with. They've done episodes of everything from Back to the Future to The Karate Kid to The Godfather to The Killing
Dal,
Fields to some
Here's the
really
thing,
deep cuts in movies. They've gone and referenced music that we grew up with, the really bad electric light orchestra stuff, the
right.
Dayglow
Ooh.
shit. They've gone, the people that are writing this are our age, and they're writing those jokes and they're aiming them and they're
Mr.
sneaking them
Blue,
towards the
Mr.
kids.
Blue Sky.
Unfortunately, it's the people in Dialects and Moises' age group right now that are suffering because of it. They're not getting real good Teen Titan stories. That's what they're hungry for at that age. And I get it, because at that age, that's what I'd be hungry for. I'm just saying that it's written by people in our age bracket telling jokes aimed at us, but shooting it towards our youngest children.
Right.
So you take it at that level. You take the personality, you take the hurt out of it that, oh, they're hurting my kid. That's not my Robin. That's not my Cyborg. That's not my Raven. And you just accept that they're goofy teenagers that happen to be
yes.
superheroes living in a make-believe jump city that occasionally, 1 in every 10 episodes, fight a supervillain, and instead spend entire episodes talking about why it's fiscally responsible to save to save and put away layaway on future investments, like just bone shit, batshit crazy episodes that come out of nowhere that involve this
Even
group
the
of
advice
teens.
is no good. That's no good as a
Yeah,
hedge
look,
against hyperinflation.
Yeah, well,
Even
well,
their
let me just,
investment
well,
advice
let
is-
me just clear something up. Yes, the
Oh, don't.
the
Hang on,
the
now I'm
voice
getting talked over. Darling, I was halfway through a
I'm
sentence. What am I, fucking liver?
I'm talking to Son of a Red Shirt.
Yeah, but you're talking over me. I waited for a space. Seriously, I've had enough of this shit. I'm going.
Oh, don't be hurt.
Oh,
Come
for
on.
fuck's sake!
We're having fun. We're having fun. We're having fun. And I'm very
I am
grateful
getting
you guys are
so-
giving me the time to speak. That was very nice of you, Doc. Like I'm
getting
interested.
so
What's your
tired
question?
of him doing this.
No, he just wants to act up a little. He was bored. I didn't think I'd sell him on the idea anyway, but for the other guys too,
As I was trying to
that's a
say,
lot of fun.
yes, as I was trying to say, the voice cast in Teen Titans Go is the same as it was in the original Teen Titans cartoon.
Right.
Oh, okay. No, Carrie Payton was there and Scott
Which
Grimes.
means Tara Strong is voicing Raven in Teen Titans Go.
Right.
And Dalek, I found the article from Bounding on the Tara Strong controversy. I could just read the.
I've heard
highlight.
about the Tara Strong controversy from Clownfish TV.
Right. Okay. All right. What's this about?
It's basically
Well-
about an argument between her and an Uber driver, and she got called racist because he's of an immigrant class.
Wait, Tara got called a racist.
No,
My
the driver. Yeah,
foul.
Tara got called a racist by the driver.
Right.
Who is this driver anyway?
He's an Uber driver, undisclosed name. There's a whole article bounding into comics that if I start getting into, will get Dalek in trouble for no reason.
I don't.
Hmm.
Okay. Well, so it's not something she did. It's this Uber driver. It's what this.
Yeah,
Uber
there was
driver did.
there was some conflict inside the car. They asked him to stop. They were videotaping they were capturing it the whole time. He started.
They
to
were
continue
filming
to drive
themselves
around.
saying racist things.
No, I don't think so. I don't think that was it.
Oh,
I think he
okay.
continued to drive around and constantly yelling and interrupting. It's all here in this article. I'm just not going to get into all the details, but it's basically a he said, she said, and then they got called racists.
Yeah, that makes no
It
sense.
seems pretty.
It makes no sense because either one of the parties could have canceled the trip at any time. Why would they continue to put themselves under that duress?
Probably because he hadn't stopped the car yet, according to the article.
Must be a
Well,
very short
yeah.
video. I mean, all it takes is hitting the brakes and say, "Get out." But then,
Yeah, but
you
if
have
you
people
wouldn't do that,
Well, I was going to say that usually the problem is you have when the driver cancels. If you have, let's see, for example, okay, this is from the point of view. Let's see, it's the people who are being unruly, the passengers. The driver can immediately cancel and say, "Get out." And if they say, "I'm not getting out of the car," the driver can say, "Well, I already canceled the trip. There's nothing I can do. You can get out of my car, or I can call the cops."
I think the problem was that they wanted to cancel the trip, and
no, that's what I was going to say. Or if it's something the driver does, they can cancel the trip, which immediately ends it, and they can say, "Pull over and let me out, or I'm calling the cop and saying you kidnapped me."
Right. Well, I think the problem was that all of those maneuvers were achieved, but he continued to drive on without pulling to the curb, and that's when it became a conflict.
I'd like to hear both
well,
sides
we've
of the
all.
story.
Yeah, me too.
Well, that's the thing.
I'd love to read
we've
the article
always
as well.
heard. Yeah, to get
Yeah,
to the article, to
in
both sides of the
reality-
story, we've all heard.
Well, here's
The,
what it is. In reality, if you have an Uber driver who is racist or is a habit or makes a habit of doing those things, they're not going to last very long on the platform at all. Uber is very strict. But if you have riders
Sure.
who do a habit of doing that, there's nothing that Uber can do about it. And they can just go from car to car to car. By the way, guys,
Well,
I'm
they
an Uber
also get
driver,
rated
so I
too,
know.
as I understand it.
Well, the
Riders
ratings
get rated.
But the ratings don't make that much of a difference. If I have a rude passenger, I'll give you an example. Let's say son of a red shirt. Let's say I'm your Uber driver and you're my passenger. You get in, you and I get into an altercation or an argument. Doesn't matter what the point is.
Yeah.
But let's say if you yell at me and threaten me and all this, if I say, okay, if I decide to report you to Uber, Uber has a pre-selected list of complaints. And one will say rude, and they'll say uncleanliness or something like that. But either way, I can't put any detail of what you've done. And that doesn't affect the rider in any way. They can continue going on and on and on.
Mm-hmm.
The only way Uber will cancel their account is if there's a police report filed because they attacked you and you have evidence of it.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, riders are always trying to trigger drivers because they're influencers. I'll use that word in parentheses. Whenever you have influencers, they're always trying to trigger people. So what they do is they trigger whoever the victim is, and then that's when they hit record on the camera. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And I would be looking more at something like that.
Well, if Dalek would like, I could get into the article. And it is, by the way, need I remind everybody, from November 8th, 2018.
Well, you can read it, just don't show it. Don't show anything, but read. You can read parts of it.
Yeah, you can maybe read just a bit of it, but don't.
Yeah. Okay. So let's just do here. There's a quote from her, and it basically goes, "Dear Uber, your driver almost killed my friend and I because we are Democrats."
There it is. Okay, now I know
God.
everything. Yep, I've had people.
He was asking what we were doing and proceeded to scream and yell at us, saying we were evil, racist, demon, crazy lefties.
Nope, she's lying.
Oh.
And you know how I know? Because let me put it this way. Let's say, once again, son of a red shirt, let's say you're a Democrat, and I'm, let's say, anything other than a Democrat. It doesn't matter if I'm middle of the road, Republican, it doesn't matter, anything other than a Democrat. You get in my car.
Right.
Anybody other than a Democrat never brings up politics. We never bring it up. But Democrats always get in, and that's the first thing they ask. I live in the Bay Area of California, and we're flooded with Democrats. And I know what they do. Conservatives never bring up politics, ever, ever, ever. They'll get in my car, and they'll say, so, what pronoun do you identify by? And I've had somebody say they've asked me that, and I'll say, well, to be honest, I'd rather keep my privacy to myself if that's okay. And next thing you know, as soon as I end that trip, I get an email from Uber. They complained saying that I ran through a red light and trying to get me fired.
Wow.
Yes, and it happened.
So you discerned all this. You discerned all this from her saying because
Yes.
we were Democrats.
Yep, because I see it all the time, every day, several times a day. Yes.
You see all the time,
great.
every day, several times a day, Democrats
when
crying foul.
Yes.
The Republicans are falsely accusing them of trying to murder them in their vehicles because they're Democrats.
Look at it this way. How often you hear about Republicans complaining saying that they had Democrats threatening them?
Oh, great.
I don't like to talk about
I-
politics,
no,
but I'm
I-
telling you, I've been there and done that.
I don't. I'm not sure, but it sounds like your barometer is that because you don't hear stories of Democrats threatening Republicans, therefore it must go. That Republicans threatening Democrats, it must go. That all Republicans. It just seems kind of a blanket observation to make based on one sentence. A slightly deranged voiceover actress made to an Uber driver in circumstances we are otherwise heretofore completely unaware of. There could have been many things. Perhaps they didn't feel safe having them stop in the middle of the lane and say, "Okay, get out of the car here."
No, that's not what they said. They said it because they said they were Democrats.
You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. They didn't say that. But the second I go off script, you called me on that. You went off script. You have nothing to prove either way. I'm not trying to be confrontational. I'm just saying that's a lot to say that for sure she's lying because in that article it says because we're Democrats. That's a lot to unpack. A lot of assumption. It seems to me.
That's
and
enough.
The second I went off script,
I think
you
hold
called me
on.
on it.
Wait. I didn't go off. What I told you is I am an Uber driver and I have experienced this before. Have you? With my
Now, shall we mute him?
That's enough.
Never mind.
What?
Later, guys.
That's enough.
Oh, I wasn't trying to piss off Pop. I was just surprised he'd say something like, such a blanket statement from just such a small snippet. Now, he is an Uber driver, so yes, he has insights I might not have. Granted, I'm just really surprised he just cast her out based on one sentence because he's a very fair-minded, open guy. Just surprised.
Well, there's obviously a ton of historical frustration behind that. I mean, he is an Uber driver.
On the job, yeah.
Yeah. So there's probably a lot of blanket philosophy that we don't know anything about in his case, and even less about in her case.
Yeah.
So I was going to try.
Very unique perspective.
I was hesitant to even look up the article. I don't even know if this is the article that got her in trouble or the one we're even talking about, which is hysterical all on its own. I mean, we were saying, oh, Tara did something wrong, and this is the first article that come up. This might be something else entirely that's going on with her right now. So who knows?
Speaking of which, I did try to find the video of Clownfish's video on Tara Strong, but it seems I couldn't find it.
Oh, they may have had to get rid of it if they got into some issues.
Probably. Damn.
Okay. I think that's enough about that.
I think so too. And it's a shame. I wanted to mention to pop culture curator that there is a very interesting thing about these children's shows that adult men in particular, we fall in love with these adorable characters and just love watching them interact on screen. I'm subject to it myself. I don't know what it is.
I certainly did.
I'm into my magical girl shows, and it has nothing to do with them being little girls. It has everything to do with them being adorable little persons. Pursuing.
Yes, I know exactly what you mean.
I feel very maternal towards them.
I know exactly what you mean. I've been watching shows like that all my life. I know exactly what you mean.
Oh, and also not to mention that Rainbow is 80% cooler, but she's 80% cute.
Who's 80% cute? Who's
Are we going to get into cute scaling?
Say it again, Moises.
that Rainbow Dash is 20%
Rainbow-
cooler, but also 80% cuter.
Rainbow Dash, yeah, right, of course. 20%.
That it is.
That's
You
her
got
cat.
somebody saying Heidi in the chat there, Dialect.
That's her cat. That's Rainbow Dash is another character from My Little Pony. That's her catchphrase. 20% cooler.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. It needs to be 20% cooler.
And you're
I'm an
80%
anime.
cuter.
I'm an anime fan and have been since I was a teenager.
So am I.
And it's the cuteness factor that gets me
Yeah,
every single
is.
time.
Absolutely. 100% agree. It's the cuteness.
And it wasn't until I met my nieces, you know, becoming human beings as they grew up, that I really understood what the effect actually was. And it's being a part of a family that has young children and feeling that parental instinct towards their stories. It's the same effect. I'm just watching it in 2D as opposed to witnessing it in person all the time. I think that's really what it is. I enjoy, you know, some of the female banter and some of these female characters. Just getting into their lives and watching them do it is just, it's so adorable. It's like eating ice cream for dinner.
I mean, I know exactly what you mean because when I was younger, like late 90s, early 2000s, something like that. But there used to be a show. I used to watch I think it was like every weekday, very early on the weekday before I went to school. I would watch a show called it was, I didn't know it at the time, but an anime called Cardcaptor Sakura.
Oh my God! Exactly. Yes, I know the show you're talking about.
I freaking adore that show.
And her crazy friend making her a new costume for every damn episode.
I know, right? I know, right? Bless that girl's heart for doing that every single episode.
Cute little lion sidekick and everything. Goodness.
I know, right? I know. That show is so adorable, and
she's got a crush on her brother's best friend. It's
I know.
Adorable.
It's adorable to the max. I know, and she's so. She's such a
I never seen it.
She's such a klutz and a dummy most of the time, but she's still good at what she does.
I think.
Sorry about this, hey Dal. Sorry about this, but I've never seen it.
No, I'm actually. It's our way of agreeing with you in regard to My Little Pony. It's kind of like our My Little Pony, so to speak.
I suppose that's one way of putting it. Yeah.
Well, it's got to be the same effect. I assume it's probably the same effect. You're watching these adorable creatures perform on screen.
Yeah.
And there's just something wholesome about it.
I like cute things. What can I say?
Yeah.
Although I've never seen the anime, but how many episodes does the anime have?
I think the series proper was like 100, maybe.
No, I don't think. No, I don't think it was that many. I think it was. I think the original series was like 40 something episodes.
I am googling it. But even if you caught one episode, you would understand what we were talking about. It just one episode, I think, would, because it's very repetitive. But she is.
It is. It can with the whole. What, Moses?
Although, Dal, you actually text me about that about the title of the anime, and I look it up.
Oh, and quit. Oh, and I think I'm getting a little behind with the chat here. So, Gorilla's random thoughts. Hello to you. Sorry, I'm late. And you and Rod Thunderheart. Good to see you. Sorry, I got to you a bit late.
I'm keeping an eye on it, Dialek, as well. The chat and everything. But I'm looking to see how many 70 episodes says the Wikipedia.
70, right?
That was television, Madhouse, and it was The same guy who's done a lot of magical stories for, or some of the earliest angelic magical stories in the anime universe.
Yeah.
Also, guys, since we're actually talking May, I actually have a question. Had any of you guys heard of Hetalia?
Yes. Yes,
Well,
I have.
Like I was saying to you before, Moises, I have heard of Hetalia. Yeah, I've heard of it. I've not really seen much of it.
I've seen a few episodes. I've definitely seen a bunch of episodes on that. That's
Well-
another one that's all chibi, adorable, and yet
I
politically
really-
interesting at the same time.
I really need to check out Hetalia.
And also had an anime had anime some other things.
Hmm.
And speaking of cute animes with a bit of a political theming behind, have you seen, Steven? Have you seen the recent one, Spy X Family?
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah, that one.
That's exactly what I'm talking about too.
I've only seen like 7 episodes of that, but still, oh my god, that show is great. It's fantastic. I love
it. Just
it.
keeps on getting better too, Dominic.
I know it does.
It's not a waste of time at all. It's
No,
so
not
good.
not at all. No.
And to explain it to Son of a Red Shirt, it's basically this super spy in Eastern Europe that has to form a family so that he can go undercover. And-
Oh, you mean like you mean that anime with Anya?
Yep,
that's
exactly.
That's the one
it.
with little Anya. Yeah.
I haven't gotten that anime.
It's fun. Anytime you spend with it, you'll
It is a
see what the
super-
audience is cheering about. It's
Yeah,
just so
it-
wholesome. It's ridiculous.
You don't even need to watch the whole thing. Just one episode will give you the whole gist of the show.
Yep.
Just
And they form a little family, and they all know that they're undercover, but
and
they're
it's just
slowly migrating towards actually being a family because they're
Yeah.
falling in love with themselves
They-
as a family.
yeah, it's adorable as hell. I mean the whole thing with what's his name, Forger, like going slowly warming up to Anya. But the interactions between Yor and Anya are adorable as hell, and of course see when Yor has her badass moments when she goes into assassin mode. Holy shit, that is
And
awesome.
the action is right on point. It's as fun as any spy drama from the 60s or 70s. It's got that fantastic jazz soundtrack to it. The animation
The
is
music
hot as hell. Yeah.
The animation's gorgeous. The music is fantastic. This show's it's perfect. This show, I absolutely love it.
Yep, it's a good time. Good time for all.
I haven't seen all the episodes yet. I need to finish watching it.
And I haven't seen them properly either. All I've done is watch maybe a half dozen YouTube reactors. So I've gotten almost the whole episode for each episode because there's multiple reactions.
Although I never learned the existence of the episode of the anime until I've watched one of Mr. Obvious's videos about teachers trying to cancel their kids for political incorrectness.
Oh crap!
Yeah. Mr. Obvious did.
Yeah,
Mr. Obvious did put up an introduction.
There was
video.
Yeah, there was like
an intro video.
There was like controversy behind this show for non-reasons, for absolutely no reason at all, because there's nothing wrong with the show whatsoever.
Yeah, it's just idiots being idiotic.
Yeah. And I'm starting to feel that there are sectors of
because like you said, Steven, it is beyond wholesome. There's nothing wrong with it.
I mean, there's a birthday party celebration or a party celebration where it's like
dude, don't spoil it. I never got to the anime yet.
it's really good. It's really, really enjoyable.
We can't. I think me and Steven are in agreement. We can't recommend this show more, Moises. Go find this anime, Spy Family. Go find it.
I know.
Watch it.
I know. I've actually put it on the list.
Mm-hmm.
The list
And
of
that
animes to watch.
And that goes for anyone watching this stream. Go and watch Spy X Family. You will not be disappointed. Your heart will melt, and you will. And
Is it called
trust
Spy
us.
X Family or Spy Family?
It's called Spy X Family is the way to enter it as a search. But it's supposed to be Spy Family as two conjunctive statements that are slowly merging into a single statement. That's really kind of what the show is.
Okay, yeah. I keep making that mistake. The X is actually it's spelled Spy X Family, but you just say Spy Family, right?
Right. It has to do with like them joining forces.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyways, about Hetalia.
Yes.
Mhm.
So when I did watch Hetalia for the first time, it's actually kind of good. It does have other nations that it does have people that represent other nations, and it's actually, and to say at least it doesn't even have a story. It kind of just rather goes random.
It's quite an old anime, isn't it?
Yeah, 2010.
Right.
Although I actually did have an attempt to make my own Hetalia OC, one that represents my fiction.
And oh, wait a minute. Hello,
Technical difficulty.
hello to Wookie Fever presents. Good to see you. And yes, Hakim, it is dubbed. Yeah.
Yes, Spy X has both available.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it is sub and dub. Yeah.
And to say at least, the idea for my Hetalia OC.
And it's also nice and easy to binge watch because there's only 12 episodes.
Yeah, and
Sorry,
about
Moses.
as I'm saying, the idea for my Hetalia OC that it represents my fictional nation is that.
What was it called again? Madoka or something like that?
What's that?
What?
He has this made up nation in his
Modica.
Yeah.
Yeah. Although I do have the concept idea of having two Hetalia characters that are brothers. Well, one that represents the older generation of Modicans, one the newer generation of Modicans.
Right.
Although this actually kind of brings in a divide between old and new, not to mention that both of them do live in different generations. Like the older generation represents what Modica is back in the day. That Modicans are actually Modicans are revolutionaries, and they won't go down without a fight. And
Okay,
also
let me see if I can get this straight. We're talking about Hetalia, which three of us have admitted haven't really seen, and you're talking about a spin-off original country that has a lore that you're giving us details on.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's I think that's what he's doing. Yeah, because that's why you brought up Hetalia for that.
Right.
Yeah. Although the although the older generation, after years of fighting, had begun to settle down. As for the second OC, his younger brother, which represents the new generations, which also embraces what Modica is back what it has in the modern day.
Okay.
Although
So-
both brothers do have differences, but they do love each other.
Right. I thought Moises we were gonna go into like a proper conversation about Hetalia.
Yeah.
What are you, crazy, Dalek? Come on. Don't be ridiculous. I wish that we could display images because you could show us a map. You could show us your original character, Moises.
Well, you can if you share your screen and then I add them in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't even be able to do that if I had. I don't have access to.
Unfortunately, you can't do that if you're doing this for your phone.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately.
I mean, I can because I'm doing it through my laptop, but obviously, but again, you're all on your phones, aren't you?
I am on a phone. I do have an iPad, but that's not any better, really.
No,
I'd probably do some
for
stuff.
this. No, it isn't.
And also the younger brother is a brony.
Really?
That's what the new generation of Modicans are. That they're pro bronyism.
Right. Moises, as interesting as this is, I think maybe this is the kind of thing we should be talking about in private, not live.
Yeah. You kind of gave me an idea, Dow. Maybe I should focus on my two Hetalia characters, and I should rewatch it just for research.
I would say that's a good idea. If you're basing like part of your lore for this for your country, if you based on two characters on the show, I'd say you actually watch the show.
Yeah. And also not to mention that the two characters would actually be commentary on Modican culture and also what's going on in Modica.
Right. So right. Well, at this point, I'm wondering how long shall I keep this going for?
Well, it's 1 hour and 18 minutes.
Yeah. I mean, I was only gonna go. I said at the beginning that this stream wasn't gonna be very long. It was only gonna go as long as as soon as I went live, I didn't expect the influx of people I got. Like, up to 6. A high of 6 panelists, and then all these other people in the chat. So I wasn't really expecting anyone.
Yeah, and
Had a
and also
fairly predictable evening.
And also another fact, the young Gen Modica actually like bronyism, but for the old Gen Modica, well, he doesn't even understand how bronyism came to be.
Maybe.
And how Modica ended up becoming from a country that won't give up without a fight and with death to a country that embraces bronyism.
Okay, Moises. maybe we should change the subject.
Right.
So
Do you guys have any movies or anything coming up that you know about that seem interesting? Anything my finger, I don't know what the heck the popular new movies are coming out. Steve, do you know anything? When's the next big superhero movie or whatever?
Oh, good grief. What is coming out? I think it's Black Adam is the big thing coming up.
Okay. Black Adam, The Rock, he's been waiting for this for like 10 years.
Yeah, they're probably locked in a contract with him so long ago that he could probably strong arm them into finishing the property, which is probably why we got the film we got.
Oh, yeah.
I know Pops on the is one of the YouTubers out there. He was talking about how he's really looking forward to some of the sub characters because there's a Hawkman character and
yeah.
And,
well, I'm not sure what year they set it in. If you guys know
I don't know
the
what the
JLA
connectivity is.
Yeah, it seemed to me they had characters from the JLA, which is the Justice League America, which were the precursor to the Justice League in the hierarchy of DC Comics. I know you know this. I'm not sure if our other fellows do. But yeah, those are all like supposed to be older heroes from the 40s and stuff. It might be interesting. It was a time-sensitive movie because as a origin story, which a lot of people groan about another origin story, but to be fair, Black Adam isn't that high profile. If you're going to give an origin story to a guy, may as well give a guy that we don't know his origin to, which is he was a slave that got the power of Shazam, and it kind of corrupted him into a bit of an anti-hero. Like he'd been pushed around a lot of his life. He lost a lot, and he was a bitter young man when he got the power of Shazam, as opposed to Billy Batson, who was just full of good. That's where apparently the wizard then, after the other guy was trapped, he was brought Billy Batson to Shazam as the alternate. So for years, Black Adam was written as a villain, but in the last 20 odd years, 30 maybe, he's been seen more and more as an anti-hero. And I think how that story is going to reflect is in him freeing Egypt from the slaves or something like that, and then coming through time for some reason to where he meets people like Hawkman and contemporary but 1940s superheroes.
Right. Yeah. The article, the blurb that it came up with the title says that Black Adam has gone from man to myth to legend. Now free, his unique form of justice born out of rage is challenged by modern day heroes who form the Justice Society: Hawkman, Dr. Fate, Atom Smasher, and Cyclone.
Okay. Dr. Fate is a pretty big character in DC old lore. He's like Doctor Strange. I think he predates Doctor Strange, to be honest.
I believe you're correct with that. He definitely like a World War II semi-golden age DC character.
Yeah.
So we got Dwayne Johnson, but we've also got Pierce Brosnan as Dr. Fate.
Yeah, that's an interesting cast because Dr. Fate is, as I understand the lore of Dr. Fate, there is more than one. Dr. Fate is like a mantle, right? And
yeah, it's actually literally a helm that he puts on.
Yeah, and there have been hundreds of Dr. Fates over the years, and they're always like the primo magic guys end up being Dr. Fate for however long. And they kind of live outside of space and time. But they, it uses up their life. It's a calling. It's a life calling. You're a Dr. Fate. And there is only one. But yeah, he's DC's answer to, or Doctor Strange was DC answers to Dr. Fate. But and who else is on the list? Hawkman?
Yeah, they've got Cyclone, which is these are all young actors that I'm not really familiar with their name. Quintessa Swindle as Cyclone.
Mhm.
and Aldous Hodge as Hawkman.
All right.
Are we,
Are there any?
Dalek, are you locking up prisoners?
What is that?
Oh,
I
that's the
have
son of a
no
red shirt.
idea.
What is what?
Um,
No,
interestingly
sorry, I was
enough,
just taking some garbage out.
Henry Cavill is also listed as a cast
Oh.
member,
Oh, Superman, maybe.
but they don't mention what his name is, which is probably just a
There was a-
reveal thing.
I
There's
did
also
watch-
ISIS is mentioned in here as well.
I did once.
Cool.
I did once see. I think it was like from. It wasn't from that. Not that long ago. I think it. They did an animated movie. Which was. I think it was like. It was Captain Marvel, or should I say Shazam, helping.
The real in Marvel, not that plank of wood.
Yeah, Moises. Yes, it was. It was Bill. I think it was kind of like Billy Bats. We see Billy Batson first get the power of Shazam, and he actually helps Superman fight against Black Adam.
Okay. Was this one of the Justice League series of cartoons? Was this a independent movie?
No, this was
Shazam, the character, has shown up on the TV show Justice League. You remember that from about the early 2000s? Or 2000, was it mid 2000s, I guess.
I did remember it.
Mm-hmm. Justice League was like all the superheroes, DC superheroes we know and love today. Batman, Wonder Woman.
The late the 90s, the early 2000s. Yeah, I've seen those.
Yeah.
This
is what came from Batman the Animated Series.
Batman the Animated Series, Superman the Animated Series. Oh, I love those shows. And the Justice League. Love those shows.
Yeah. There were a couple of Shazam-centric episodes. One of them did have Captain Marvel in. There was also quite a good one-off movie that came out. And Shazam wasn't the central hero. It was Green Lantern. They set it in the 1950s. But Shazam figured prominently in that too. And it was the Silver Age of heroes. Comic book heroes in the United States fall into the Golden Age, Silver Age, and Modern Age. Modern Age, obviously, is what we're in now. The Golden Age is way back, like, even predating Superman. Like, that's how old. But as far as superhero goes, Superman is kind of like the benchmark of when superheroes really took form. There were superheroes before him, but there's been none as famous or as long enduring since. The exception, of course, Batman, Wonder Woman, Green Lantern.
Of course.
Yeah. And
like I said, this movie I saw, it was. I mean, I know that. I mean, like I said, I love those. Batman the Animated Series and Superman and Justice League. I freaking love those cartoons. I love those shows to death. They are amazing, but the movie I'm talking about came a lot later than that. I think it was. Because like throughout the 2010s, there was a lot of separate DC animated movies, which most of them starred Superman. Because there was like there was one which was like Superman versus Doomsday. There was one involving Darkseid.
Yeah, they did. You're right. Those Justice League movies also inspired a bunch of smaller movies that were independent from the series.
Yeah.
Although when I was young, I actually kind of recall this Superman movie where Superman turns evil.
Yeah.
There was also. Oh yeah. I just remembered another one. There was also Superman versus the Elite.
Yeah, that was only about 5-6 years ago, I think.
That wasn't long ago. That long ago at all.
bunch of British superheroes, or led by a Brit rather, and it was an international.
Yeah,
cadre.
a hyper exaggerated Brit.
Hey,
Yeah.
gentlemen, I apologize. I've got to split.
Mm.
I've got some other duties to take care of.
Mm.
It's been a pleasure, as always. Dalek, thank you for having me on. Red Shirt, always a pleasure.
Cheers,
And
mate.
Moises, love to chat more. I will see you guys in the near future.
Well, thanks for coming on. Glad to feel free to come back anytime.
Indeed.
So-
And good luck with the rest of the studio, Bill.
Well, I think I found the movie, and it's called Superman Doomsday, and it released in 2007.
Mm.
Yeah,
Now-
that was See you, Steven.
Take care, Steve.
And yes, Moises. In 2007 they released this an independent animated film called Superman Doomsday. Yeah.
Yeah, it was good. I
Yeah.
remember that.
I did remember watching it when I was little.
But yeah, like I said, the film I was originally talking about starred. It featured Superman, like I think in the film, like I think Black Adam like comes to Earth looking for the wizard or something, and and then Superman comes to fight him, and then Billy Batson gets the Shazam powers and helps Superman fight Black Adam.
Sounds pretty cool. Superman is a good match for Black Adam because Superman, one of his big weakness naturally is magic, and
Yeah.
Black Adam is made of magic.
That's why, and that's why he needed Billy. That's why he needed Billy's help to fight him in that
You
film.
realize that Superman's weakness is kryptonite, right?
That's one of his weaknesses. That's his most famous weakness. Yes, but it's only one of his weaknesses.
That's correct. Superman does have more than one.
I mean, for example, he can loot. Superman can depending on where he is, he could just simply not necessarily become like incapacitated, but he could lose his powers altogether.
Well, under a red sun,
Yeah,
he loses his powers.
under a red sun. Yeah.
Lex Luthor has mimicked the red sun in the TV show, in the comic books, in the movies. The Justice
Hey guys,
League
I have a
had to do it.
question.
Yeah.
Have you ever watched this Superman animated series back in 1941?
Yeah. The original Max Fleischer cartoons. You can find the whole series on YouTube for free. Max Fleischer
Yeah,
Studios.
I did
where
watch
the-
it back on TV.
I've watched
Yeah.
I think I've watched an episode or two of that.
Oh, they're worth your time. They're
I watched
for
the
the
whole episode. I've actually watched the
Foundations
whole
of
episode on TV.
America Animations. It's incredible. This is the same people that came up with Popeye animated. Popeye was a cartoon strip before he became a famous movie icon and TV icon. Because remember, back when Popeye came out, there was no TV. You only saw Popeye in the movie theater.
Right.
Superman was the same. There was no TV. Radio,
Right,
yes,
right.
radio was big. But
Yeah.
the Superman, Max
Same thing.
Fleischer.
Same thing
It
with
was-
Same thing with the Looney Tunes.
Mm-hmm. You've probably heard
Yeah.
of characters like Betty Boop
Oh yeah, I've
and
heard of Betty
Felix
Boop.
the cat.
Felix the cat. Yeah.
Yeah.
also
Betty Boop, Felix the
Spock.
cat.
Which also
Pardon?
Spock could have actually bring out Felix in this live stream, but we
No, he's talking about the captain's puppet of Felix.
Right. Yeah. That's right. That's exactly what that's based on. Felix the cat. They're all characters from the 1920s
From the
that were
20s.
prevalent in American newspaper strips that
Felix,
got
I mean,
brought to life through
Felix
the
even
Max
outdate-
Fleischer Animation Studios, who employed Walt Disney for a while.
Wow, Disney himself.
Yep, Disney himself as a young man worked at Max Fleischer Studios for a while.
Yeah,
Also, guys,
because I was about to say Felix predates Mickey Mouse.
Yeah, Steamboat Willie, which is Mickey Mouse's original name, has
Yeah.
that's like under huge legal, like it's one of those things you can't say that in a room full of lawyers because you get jumped on for legal reasons. It depends. There's different instances of what year you saw him first and that he came up with them. And it's also like where he was too. Was he an independent animator or was he working with somebody else? He worked with somebody else when he came up with Mickey Mouse and arguing made those people on the character. Who knows? That we're talking like 100+ years ago. So nobody gives a fuck.
Especially not to mention that Steamboat Willie would actually become the very one thing that is unfavorable in this time of day.
Oh,
What? Steamboat Willie?
how so?
Which is Mickey Mouse's original name.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, who would have knew that the simple one mouse tune would have inevitably become a corporate
Juggernaut.
Inevitably become a corporate juggernaut that we despise in this day.
Mm.
Well,
He's just a face. Remember, it's just a thing, a drawing, and a drawing that at its heart was an innocent, thing to.
Mickey's just a drawing. Mickey's just an icon. That's all he is.
It's easy
He
to.
actually became the face of everything we hate to this day.
Yeah, well, the convenient label of. It's really the Disney corporate arm we all hate. Disney himself and the works that Disney done.
Exactly.
I think we can all agree.
I have mixed. Yeah, exactly. I have mixed. I've always said this again. I have mixed feelings when it comes to Disney. I love. It's the company we hate. It's not it's not the work. It's not Walt Disney himself. It's just the company.
Yeah, back in the day, I really hate about everything about Disney when I was back in the day. Well, until I actually got over it. But now that just happened on modern day, I just now hate Disney again. But it's not just the other things that Walt Disney worked on. It's just the company.
Yeah, again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I cannot bring myself to hate everything to do with Disney. I can't because I grew up with Disney. I grew up with a lot of my favorite shows were Disney shows. A lot of my favorite movies were Disney movies.
It's exactly that reason, Dialect. It's exactly that reason that lets Disney hurt you now. Because you remember how great it was.
And also,
yes.
And also there are a lot of childhood crushes that are made from Disney. Don't forget that.
Sure.
What?
A lot of childhood crushes.
Which is also female characters and Disney princesses.
That's true. That's very true. And also when I was a kid, I did visit Disney World one time in Florida.
We're all proper.
But then again, that was a very long time ago. That was 2002. I went there.
Wow.
Yeah.
2002. Yeah. I was still 1 year old at the time.
Wow. PDB says, at the beginning of the pandemic, I read Disney was going bankrupt because theme park closures, and I was like, hell yeah, it's let's go, let it burn. I like the incentive there. And then the monkey's paw curled the finger as if to say, be careful what you wish for.
Hello to you too, PDB.
Although PDB says at the beginning of the pandemic, that's what he said. That's what.
Yeah.
That's what Senator Red Shirt said. Never mind.
Mm-hmm. What did Red Shirt say?
I just read what PDB wrote.
All right. Yeah. All right. Sorry. Anyway, yeah.
But also, I would like to imagine that FDL Studios, another Motican-based company, is kicking Disney's ass right now.
Oh yeah.
Now, okay, this isn't real. This is just in his head.
Oh, okay.
I know. Although FDL, yeah, I know. Although FDL Studios did give what the fans wanted.
Mm-hmm.
And they can actually do successful projects from funding that they made from one of their previous films and their theme parks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, I could say that FDL Studios for the fans. Well, they have other projects that would just please children.
Right.
Hola. Is he showering?
Yeah, that was my sister talking.
Then a bunch of shows that got into after that ended up getting cancelled, not renewed, because they didn't have enough money for further production. Yeah, I know what you mean, PDB. Because like the DuckTales, like the DuckTales remake, for example. That was really good. I really enjoyed that, but that got cancelled. And another show I quite liked was Owl House. I think that got canceled as well. So that's not good. So they're kind of rushing the ending with that. And
Also, in what I actually know in my head that FTL Studios is working on making a GTA and Zero series. Well, as for FTL Studios, they weren't thinking of going through Saints Row on what it is today, and not the remake.
In my hubris, if I'd known I'd like Owl House this much, I wouldn't have wished for Ruin. Shame its third season is going to be a 3-episode miniseries. Yeah, that's what I just said. Like I just said, PDB, I agree. It is a shame that despite all the shit that Disney pumps out, they do pop out. They do still pop out the odd gem every once in a while, and one of those was Owl House, and now that's been thrown in the trash.
Yeah, and also for FTO Studios thinking about Saints Row, well, they were thinking of having Saints Row beyond the direction on what it is originally. Well, before Saints Row became what it is on later games.
Right, and got something else from PDB. Right. If I had big money, I'd start an animation studio specifically with the intent of getting college grad animators some work on their portfolios. Like, oh yeah, cartoons on Nick, or what a cartoon on Cartoon Network.
That's very altruistic.
PDB, are you sure you want college grad animators? Because
Yeah, they are not even that good.
Because I think we all know what you'd be getting if you wanted college grads, on frick's sake.
Yeah, at this time of moment, they're just like expired milk on the market.
Yeah. Okay, everybody. I think I'm not gonna keep this. I'm not gonna keep this going much longer. I'm probably gonna wrap this up at 2 hours.
Yeah.
Good lad. I got to get going myself. I was just waiting for a polite moment to bow out.
Fair enough.
I hope you understand. Why is this?
Okay.
Always interesting to hear from you, buddy. Very much
Yep,
so. You
and by the
really
way,
bring a
Son of
unique
Vector-
voice.
Oh, by
Pardon?
the way, Son of Redford, do you have a Discord?
I do not. I'm so technologically behind the times. I don't have a Twitter, a Facebook account, a Discord. I'm a bit of a technological hermit, to be honest with you. I just run everything off my phone. And it's very generous that guys like Dialect have me on their phone with my limitations and stuff like that. I only wish I can contribute more to such interesting discussions. And as I say, every time I see you, I hear about something I had no idea existed. So it's always a treat every time I run into you, Moises. Dialect, always a pleasure. You know that, buddy. I hope
Of
to see you around
course.
the interweb soon.
I mean, if you want, look, if you really needed to leave, you could have just said so, and then I wouldn't have minded.
No. It wasn't really needed to leave. Not at all. It's just honestly at the nighttime for me, for you, I know we're on different clocks, buddy. And you know, like I told you stuff like medicines and stuff I take and they kick in at certain times and I'm getting a little drowsy to be honest with you. And I gotta start getting ready for bed.
Okay,
So.
fair enough. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, guys. Great hearing from you again. Everybody in the chat, thank you. Take care. Over and out. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
So it's just you and me.
It's just us again, Moises.
Yep. So how did your stream go?
Well, the stream's not over yet.
Yeah. But how did it go so far?
Well, I'd say it definitely started very well with getting the all the people that came in, and then I think there was a couple of rough patches here and there, but overall it's been pretty good. Yeah, this has definitely been a good stream.
Yeah. And also not to mention that for Paramount's Halo TV series, well, FTL Studios' Halo series is far more superior than that.
You've been watching Amphibia. Yeah. Yeah, that's another show I need to watch. I've only seen the first episode of Amphibia, but I definitely would like to watch more of it.
Well, to be honest, I haven't watched Amphibia. Well, I haven't tapped into that yet.
That ended. Amphibia actually ended like a couple of months ago.
All right.
Yeah. I think there's 3 seasons of it.
Yeah. Although
he said Amphibia is like a Fraggle Rock isekai.
Fraggle Rock. I'm a Fraggle Rock. I'm a Fraggle Rock.
I can believe that. Yeah, it is kind of like that, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, if it was you could definitely call it that if it was an anime.
Although what I learned about Fraggle Rock is from Nostalgia Critics video on commercials. I kind of like it when he actually voiced over and say, "I am so," and then he said, "I'm so likable. I'm just giving you books. You can't kill me. I would die before the internet invented. I got 10 more years, suckers."
Which of his videos was that?
Well, that was actually on his first commercial video.
That was his. That was his very first "I love commercials" video.
Yeah.
Narnia is an isekai, man. It can't. Okay, yeah. It is about kids going to another world. So yeah, I suppose it does count.
A world of frogs. And also for once, I did hear about some kind of Amphibia episode that involved Gravity Falls.
Oh, you're still here, Captain. Good to see you. So, yeah, we'll be wrapping up in about 10 minutes.
Well, yeah.
So,
So
yes, Moises, you're right. I think I did hear about that. I think there's actually a crossover. At one point in Amphibia, they actually do a crossover episode with Owl House.
wonder what else they're gonna be doing a crossover of. Well, they won't be doing any crossover since the show ended.
Yeah, there won't be any more crossovers because the show is over. Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, unfortunately, Walt Disney is pumping out cheaply made live action and crap over and over again. Their animation studios are suffering horribly.
Yeah. And by the way,
and that to me is a real heartrending shame.
And by the way, Dal, you did say that you are sick of CalArts with the beam mouth animation.
Yes, I'm very much sick of CalArts.
Do we want?
I hate those. I hate those stupid sausage mouths. Yeah.
Shall we outlaw that? Making sure that making CalArts is illegal in your empire.
Yes, that should be a law.
Yeah, it should be a law if the Modican government stayed around and never died out by a revolt.
I remember seeing PDB still talking. I remember seeing an Amphibia Easter egg in the background of Owl House. Oh, really?
Yeah, I haven't seen Amphibia.
Molly McGee's only getting 2 seasons, but the showrunners are acting as though season 3 is contingent on season 2's performance. Right. And that's
never the case.
And that's another Disney show I've been thinking about checking out, The Ghost and Molly McGee. That looks, despite everything, that looks like a cute show. The Ghost and Molly McGee.
All right. B-mouth animations are now illegal in the Dalek Empire. Anyone who does it will be, say the words, Dal.
Exterminated.
Yeah, if you had your Dalek filter voice, that is.
That wasn't my filter. That was just me.
I know. I just said if you have your filtered voice. Or maybe the Dalek saying exterminated.
Man, it seems like the age of flashes. Seems like the age of flashes in the pan. I just want good animation. Yeah, so do I, PDB. Yeah, that is something I miss so much. Proper
and also
good proper animation. I miss it so much.
And also, anyone who watches Turning Red will be.
Wait, Turning Red.
Yeah, Turning Red. Anyone who watches the movie will be.
What the One Piece movie Turning? No, not that.
It's the movie Turning Red.
What's Turning? Sorry, Moses, you've lost me. What's Turning Red?
The movie about a little girl who's going through.
Oh, that's Turning Red. Oh God, the Red.
Yeah, I still remember it. Yeah, I still remember it, but I never watched it.
I refuse to watch. I refuse to watch that film. It looks like crap.
Yeah, although if anyone watches the movie, will be.
Oh, good. Exterminated.
Also, watching Turning Red is heresy.
And okay, and Overlord season 4 just finished. It's an episode, so I've got no other shows scheduled on this. Yeah, PDB. I know all about Overlord. I I love Overlord. That is an amazing show.
Although Dal, I actually thought you've heard about Warhammer 40K, knowingly that the game originated from the UK.
I've only heard of Warhammer 40K.
Yeah, and I actually kind of just use the Space Marine concept for everything that is heresy. Like example, watching Turning Red is heresy, or drawing CalArts is heresy. or better yet, hurting the Fluttershy is heresy.
Oh, that's definitely heresy.
Yeah.
That's.
So yeah, everything I don't like is heresy.
Speaking of the, let's bring her back.
Yeah.
Get the kitty flags.
Fluttershy's so adorable.
Yes, she
So
is.
adorable. I just pet the Fluttershy.
Pet the Fluttershy.
And also hug her.
Yeah, pet her and hug her. Turning Red is a ripoff of Ginger Snaps. What's Ginger Snaps?
Never heard of it.
Yeah, I mean, I'll say, I mean, this has to be said. While I feel saddened for Disney's television animation studio, one thing I don't feel sad about is the absolute state of Pixar these days.
High Guardian Spice is heresy.
Oh yeah, definitely outlaw High Guardian Spice. That is an abomination.
Yep. There's a lot of things you can do with High Guardian Spice. Send your dogs to kill everyone in it. Although I'm not even sure if they can handle overpowered magic, but sending in the Empire to destroy the world of High Guardian Spice.
2000 movie about werewolf girls. I see.
2002 movie about werewolf girls. Also, Dal. Also, Dal. In my other universe, I controlled the Empire.
What? You controlled the Dalek Empire?
Not that Empire.
Sorry.
I've controlled the Galactic Empire.
Oh, that Empire, right?
Yeah, the Empire was dysfunctional after the Empire died, so I just took it, and also have the officers submit to my rule.
And it's crazy how many princesses there have been in history that they could still stand to make movies about, right? And not just fictional princesses either.
And although I think I just made improvements of the Empire, like for the Stormtrooper, for example, although they cannot see anything with their helmet, so I did put up some improvements on their helmets.
Nice. Oh, really? What would those improvements be?
Well, better comforting, better visual sight, and also, not to mention, put some infrared sights and also heat signature sights.
Nice. Very handy.
And also better filtering.
Right.
When it comes to entering or exiting vacuums.
Oh, that would be helpful.
Yeah.
And they want every girl role model to be a badass sword swinging warrior princess. Tergata of the Ixamates is right there. I really don't get that. Get the whole every single female character has to automatically be a badass right from the beginning. I mean the whole having a girl being a badass, I'm fine with that. But what I'm not fine with is them just being bitches to everybody around them, and just being and always being what I call stone faced all the time. It is just awful. Well, anyway, we're almost at 2 hours now, so I think it's time to
End the stream?
It's time to wrap up the show.
You mean time to probe and vaporize? No, time to end the stream. My way is more fun. End the stream, not vaporize. Okay, but humanity ain't gonna deny itself, from all I'm saying. Can I finish? Can I stop you?
It's rare to find a cartoon these days where the blonde girl isn't the mean girl by default. Yeah, that's definitely true.
I do like blonde girls. Well, presumably Fleur might be a blonde.
She's not really blonde, is she?
Well, she is. Well, she does have pink hair, but I do like to imagine that she is blonde.
Yeah. Fleur with blonde hair. That's a nice thought.
Yeah. Yeah, I kind of just think of her as a blonde.
Well, anywho, I think it's time for me to wrap things up here. So it is now. It's gone 2 hours, so I'm gonna end things here. So thank you to everyone in the chats for showing up. Pop Culture Curator, Potato Revan, who was here earlier, JPR8, RPH1, Son of a Red Shirt, Hakime, Stephen Ransom, Gorillas, Random Thoughts, Captain Infinity, Wookie Fever Presents, who popped in for a bit earlier, and of course you, PDB. Thank you very much, and a thank you to everyone who came on the panel. The Captain, Son of a Red Shirt, you of course, Moises. Who else is here? Pop Culture Curator.
Hello again.
I think that's everybody, or am I missing someone? Stephen Ransom. He came on the panel as well, so thank you to him for that. But well, anyway, I think I'm going to end things here. So to everyone everyone who came on the panel, everyone in the chat, thank you very much for watching this. This has been a great stream. But for now. From the surface of Skaro, this is Dalek 451 signing off. I will see you all next time. Good night, everybody.
Oh, and by the way, and if you don't subscribe, you will be
exterminated. Please hit that subscribe button, folks.
Yeah, and hit the like and hit the like button and hit the bell. And if you don't, it's heresy.
Yeah. Well, anyway, good night, everybody.
Bye.